The holiday season is here. Dinners, parties, and get-togethers are officially in full swing. And this year, we're doing something a little different. Instead of focusing on big centerpiece dishes or one-off recipes, we're zeroing in on the real MVPs of the holiday table. Simple, flavor-packed side dishes, each one built around a single seasonal vegetable. These aren't just basic steamed or roasted veggies. Each one gets a simple twist that makes it feel fresh, festive, and just a little more special, all in the usual foolproof living style, approachable and reliable recipes made with everyday ingredients. And today, we're kicking things off with Brussels sprouts. The first of the three recipes I'm sharing today is a holiday classic, maple balsamic Brussels sprouts. It's everything we love about holiday cooking, filled with those warm, familiar flavors, a little sweet, a little tangy, and beautifully caramelized. And the best of all, it could not be easier to make. We'll begin by giving the Brussels sprouts a thorough rinse in a colander, then drying them really well with a clean kitchen towel. This is very important because any moisture left on the sprouts will cause them to steam instead of roast, and we want them crispy. And once they're dry, we'll trim the stems and cut them in half. While you're shopping, look for ones that are firm, tightly closed, and bright green, which is a good sign that they're fresh. If you have any extra large ones, go ahead and quarter them. The goal is to keep everything about the same size so they cook evenly and caramelize at the same rate. Next, we'll grab a large sheet pan and transfer the sprouts. We'll drizzle them with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Then using clean hands or a large spoon, we'll toss them well to make sure that they're evenly coated. Once they're seasoned, we'll spread them out in a single layer, cut side down. Now, this is important. That cut side down contact with the hot pan is what helps them get deeply golden and caramelized. Next, we'll roast them in a 425 Fahrenheit oven for 20 to 25 minutes until they're crisp and brown on the edges. While they roast, there's always a bit of a debate about whether to use parchment paper when roasting vegetables, especially ones that get crispy like Brussels sprouts. Here's my take. I think both ways would work. Using parchment makes for easy cleanup, and you'll still get nicely roasted sprouts. But for the ultimate crispy and golden Brussels sprouts, I recommend skipping it, because roasting directly on the pan gives you better browning and more flavor. And finally, don't forget to toss them halfway through. It's a small step, but it makes a big difference for even cooking and that perfect crisp texture. While the sprouts are roasting, we'll whisk together 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup in a small bowl. Once combined, we'll set that aside. When the sprouts are done, we'll let them cool for about 5 minutes, then drizzle them with the maple balsamic mixture. It's important to do this while they're still warm so they soak in all the sweet and tangy flavors. We'll give them a good toss to coat and then transfer everything with juices and all to a serving platter. To finish, we'll garnish it with a 1/4 cup of pomegranate seeds and 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. I'm using these because they're holiday classics, but you can absolutely switch it up. Dried cranberries, walnuts, or slivered almonds would all work beautifully here. Before we move on, here are a few quick tips. 1. This recipe makes about 3 to 4 cups of maple balsamic Brussels sprouts, which is perfect for 4 servings as a side dish. If you're feeding a larger group, feel free to double or triple the recipe. Just make sure to use multiple sheet pans so everything roasts evenly. 2. Roasted Brussels sprouts are at their best straight out of the oven, crispy, caramelized, and deeply satisfying. But during the holidays, we're all multitasking, so prepping ahead is totally fine. You can roast them up to 2 days in advance, let them cool completely, store in an airtight container, and when ready to serve, reheat in a 400-degree oven for 5 to 6 minutes. Then drizzle with the balsamic glaze while they're still warm so they soak it all in. 3. Yes, you can absolutely make these in the air fryer. Set it to 375 Fahrenheit degrees, cook for 12 to 15 minutes, and shake the basket halfway through. Just be sure to add the glaze right after cooking for the best texture and taste. Moving on, with the next recipe, I'm going back to my Mediterranean roots. This time we're roasting Brussels sprouts with a few everyday spices and serving them over a simple tahini yogurt sauce. This dish is earthy, tangy, and just a little nutty. Pretty much everything we love in the Mediterranean cooking. We'll start by placing 1.5 pounds of half Brussels sprouts on a rimmed baking sheet. Then we'll drizzle them with 3 tablespoons of olive oil and sprinkle with 1/2 teaspoon each of paprika, ground cumin, and kosher salt, plus 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Using clean hands, we'll toss everything together until the sprouts are well coated. Then we'll arrange them cut side down and transfer them to the oven, roasting for about 20 minutes, tossing them halfway through to, again, ensure even cooking. While they're roasting, we'll make the tahini yogurt sauce. In a medium bowl, we'll add a cup of Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons of tahini, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 minced garlic clove, 1 teaspoon kosher salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. We'll give it a good whisk until it's smooth and creamy, and then set it aside. Once the sprouts are done, we'll let them cool for a few minutes. When ready to assemble, we'll spread the tahini yogurt sauce on a serving platter and then arrange the Brussels sprouts right on top. We'll finish with a sprinkle of 3 tablespoons of pomegranate seeds and a handful of toasted pine nuts. Last but not least, if you have it, a light drizzle of pomegranate molasses. It's the perfect sweet, tangy finish. But if you don't have it, a squeeze of fresh lemon juice works just as well. If you want to make this ahead of time, you can prep each component separately. Roast the sprouts and mix the tahini yogurt sauce a couple of days in advance, then store them in separate containers in the fridge. When you're ready to serve, just bring everything to room temperature and assemble. Our final recipe, roasted Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes, is as easy as it gets. It's one of those dishes that really feels like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. After all, both ingredients are quintessential holiday staples. And if it were up to me, I'd probably think, this is too easy, do we really need a recipe for it? But every year, without fail, it becomes one of the top performing recipes on Foolproof Living during the holidays. So clearly it is hitting the mark, and we do need a recipe for it. Okay, so this recipe works so well because Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes roast in the same amount of time. Though the important thing is to make sure to cut sweet potatoes into 1-inch cubes and the Brussels sprouts in half so everything cooks evenly. Then the rest is easy. Place the veggies, meaning 1 pound of each, into a large bowl, along with 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. We'll give it a good toss, and then we'll spread everything out on a baking sheet in a single layer. We'll roast them in a 425-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes, again flipping halfway through. Once they're done, we'll transfer them onto a serving platter and finish it off with a little fresh parsley or whatever herbs you have on hand. Fresh thyme, sage, or even a small amount of chopped rosemary would work beautifully. Like the other 2 recipes, you can make this up to 2 days in advance. Just roast a batch, let the veggies cool to room temperature, then store them in an airtight container in the fridge. When you're ready to serve, spread them out on a sheet pan and warm in a low-heat 300-degree oven until heated through. This recipe makes about 4 to 5 cups of roasted vegetables, which is ideal for about 4 servings as a side dish. If you're cooking for a crowd, feel free to multiply the recipe as needed. Just be sure to roast in batches using separate sheet pans so everything cooks evenly. As always, you can find all of these Brussels sprout recipes on the blog. And if you're looking for more ways to use Brussels sprouts, you might also like my shaved Brussels sprout salad with apples and goat cheese, another holiday season classic. So that is for me today. Next week, we're doing a similar video, but this time we're featuring sweet potatoes, so be sure to come back for that. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Using parchment paper while the debate of whether and the quarter